Can you believe that this castle is the one that inspired Shakespeare when writing Hamlet over 400 years ago? A man who never set foot in Denmark placed his greatest tragedy inside these walls. To be or not to be? I came here once, and the fog swallowed everything, the castle, the water, and even Sweden that was across the strait. But today I came back, not for Shakespeare, not for the castle, but for the cold. Before I continue, this channel lives in cold water, Denmark, Scandinavia. Cold plunges, quiet mornings or late evenings by the sea. Nothing about protocols or performance data. Just the sea, the cold, and whatever happens after. Welcome. This castle is north of Copenhagen in Denmark and is called Kronborg Castle. This is where Hamlet died on stage, where actors have spoken those lines for 4 centuries, where tourists walk through rooms imagining a prince who never existed. And this morning, at sunrise, I'm standing on a jetty below it. And like I said, the first time I came here, the fog erased everything. Today is different. Today I can see everything. About to enter water, that's roughly 10 degrees Celsius, that's 50 Fahrenheit. And the question I have is, what happens when you cold plunge beneath something that large, something that heavy with history? Does the water feel different when Shakespeare is watching? The wind is light today, just enough to get the water moving. But I don't know this ladder. That's the first time that I'm going to step down from it. And I can see how steep it is and how deep it goes. And as you can see, the castle is right there. And you cannot ignore it. The copper roofs, the sandstone walls. I grew up in France reading Hamlet, studying it, but never once did I imagine that one day I would stand below the same walls preparing for cold water. The mind does strange things with proximity. Imagine that when you read about a place, it belongs to your imagination. It's still very abstract. But when you stand beside it, when you can touch the stones, it becomes real in a way that unsettles you, to be honest. And now I'm about to enter that water. Not as a tourist, not as a student of literature, but as someone who came here to feel something special. The cold is different today. I mean, yes, the water is 10 degrees Celsius, but it is not as sharp as when you hit peak time in winter. It doesn't need the burning intensity I've grown used to. It's actually almost gentle. But the gasp still comes. The body doesn't care about context. It doesn't care that you're beneath a UNESCO World Heritage site. It doesn't care about Shakespeare either. Cold water is just cold water. It treats everyone the same. And once I'm in the water, I'm looking up and I can see that the castle fills the sky, filled with 400 years of stories, and one person here standing in the cold water, watching the sunrise begin to touch the rooftops. I'm seriously in for a treat. And like every single plunge that I take, I'm absolutely loving the present moment, to have a new view, a new setting to get into the water. And this is why I also try to cold plunge in new spots, to discover new things, to see how my mind reacts to it. Because after all, the water I'm standing in right now is the same as where I live. They are connected, but the experience itself is different. And the ladder feels different on the way up. The cold has done its work. My skin is awake, my mind is quiet. And as I look the sunrise, I'm thinking this is going to be a good day. The light hits the castle very differently. And imagine, I'm just that close to Sweden. So many elements for your brain to comprehend and truly understand. To be or not to be. It's a question about action, about whether to move or to stay frozen in contemplation. And as I reached the water, I didn't want to overthink it. I did not want to debate the temperature, even though it wasn't as cold as I expected. I didn't negotiate with myself. Well, I kinda did, but I entered anyway. Cold plunging is not about thinking, it's about doing. So if you are ever close to this castle, take a leap and see what the experience will reveal. And like I said earlier on in the video, I did come here to cold plunge once, but because the view and the weather, everything was just off, I still took that cold plunge. And honestly, the experience I got out of it is so different from what I've just experienced. Because again, there is a visual element, I think, to the cold plunge that makes it different. And therefore, no cold plunge is the same. Even if you go to the same spot every single day, because the elements will be different. The view will be different. And when I think about it, the castle stands as it always has, magnificent, unchanged. To answer my initial question, what I found was this. I came here to cold plunge, just beside Shakespeare's castle. And what I found is this. The water does not care about Shakespeare. The castle doesn't care either about Shakespeare, but I do. And that's enough. I got everything I wanted today. By the way, I'm just an ordinary guy who really happens to love the cold and water. Thank you for watching and see you in the next episode.